If you're running a CPA firm, does it ever feel like you're on a treadmill? You're working harder and harder, but your firm just isn't moving forward financially? Well, if that's you, you're in the right place. We're about to break down a whole new way to think about growth, one that's designed to get you off that treadmill for good.
So let me ask you this directly. Are you doing more work for basically the same profit? If that question hits close to home, I want you to know you are definitely not alone. It's a super common feeling in this industry, especially when busy season hits. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. There is a way out.
This feeling actually has a name. We call it the CPA firm growth trap. It's that frustrating spot where you're so swamped with the day-to-day client work that you can't even find a moment to step back and build the systems you need to actually grow. See, the problem isn't that you don't have enough clients. The problem is the model itself. A model that only scales by adding more hours or more people, which, let's be honest, is a fast track to burnout.
And all of these challenges are connected, right? It's a vicious cycle. The old, in-house only model pretty much guarantees burnout. So what do? We try to hire locally. But that's slow, it's expensive, and it drives up your overhead like crazy. And the result? Your profit margins just kind of sit there or even shrink, and you're right back where you started, just with bigger bills to pay.
This brings us to a really crucial idea. Throwing more people at a broken system just doesn't work. It's like trying to patch a leaky dam with chewing gum. The real solution is a fundamental shift in how you think, moving away from a more headcount strategy to a systems-based strategy that's built for flexibility and, most importantly, for scale.
Okay, so where do we start building this new system? Well, it starts at home. The absolute foundation is getting crystal clear on your internal roles. Before you can even think about expanding, you have to know who does what. Why? Because fuzzy roles are the #1 cause of bottlenecks and inefficiency.
And a perfect example of this is the difference between an accounting manager and a controller. Think of it this way. The manager is all about the how. They're in the trenches, managing the daily workflows, the reconciliations, the execution. But the controller, they're focused on the why. They're ensuring data is accurate, overseeing the big picture reporting, and managing controls. When you clearly separate execution from strategy like this, your whole team just clicks. It becomes so much more efficient.
So once your internal foundation is rock solid, then you can start to look outward. And we're going to talk about 2 incredibly powerful strategies, think of them as force multipliers, that can boost your firm's capacity and revenue, all without needing a bigger office.
The first force multiplier tackles your bandwidth problem head-on. Instead of getting stuck in that slow, expensive local hiring game, modern firms are integrating offshore professionals directly into their teams. And look, this isn't about just offloading menial tasks. We're talking about bringing on skilled team members who can handle your core accounting work.
And the benefits here are huge. These aren't just support staff. These are professionals who are already trained in U.S. tax and accounting standards. They know the software you use every day. QuickBooks, Xero, you name it. They plug right into your existing workflow and become a seamless extension of your team, giving you that much-needed capacity without the sky-high costs of local hiring.
Now for the second force multiplier, which is all about growing your revenue. Offering more services is obviously a great way to grow, but building out a whole new department? That's a massive, time-consuming investment. But there's a much smarter way to do it.
It's called white labeling, and it's brilliant in its simplicity. Here's how it works. You offer new services, like end-to-end bookkeeping, under your firm's brand. A specialized partner handles all the back-end work for you. The key is, you stay the face of the service, you maintain the client relationship, and you keep total control. Your firm gets a brand new revenue stream with great margins and none of the overhead. It's a total win-win.
Okay, this all sounds pretty good in theory, right? But how does it actually hold up in the real world? Well, let's talk about the ultimate stress test for any CPA firm, audit season. I mean, does that quote resonate or what? We've all been there. The late nights, scrambling for documents, chasing down those never-ending PBC lists. It's an incredibly stressful time that puts a massive strain on your team and, honestly, on your client relationships too.
But just imagine turning that annual chaos into a calm, controlled, predictable process. By using global support, you can offload all these specific super time-consuming audit prep tasks. We're talking work paper prep, reconciliations, PBC management, the whole shebang. This frees up your in-house team to do what they do best, focus on high-level review and analysis. The result? Faster, cleaner audits, and a whole lot less stress for everyone.
All right, let's bring it all home and put these 2 approaches side by side.
You've got the old traditional model, and you've got this new scalable system. When you see them together, the choice becomes pretty obvious.
Look at the difference. The old model is completely reactive. You hire people, you hope they work out, and you just brace for the inevitable burnout. It's a constant fight against high overhead and low profits. But the new model? It's strategic. It's proactive. You start with internal clarity, you build reliable capacity with offshore teams, you grow new revenue streams with white-label services, and you finally get control over your workload. It's a system truly designed for sustainable, profitable growth.
And just to be super clear, this is not about outsourcing your entire firm. Not at all. This is about being smart. It's about strategic offloading. You identify those essential but really time-consuming tasks, and you delegate them. That allows your core in-house team to focus on what really moves the needle, high-value advisory work, and building amazing client relationships.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to think about for your own firm. What is the one task, the one bottleneck that if you could just offload it today would unlock the most growth potential for you? Seriously, think about it. Because your answer to that question, well, that's your first step toward building a much more scalable and much more profitable firm.